Hello and welcome back to Aubrey Books and Coffee. Please grab your favorite beverage of choice and join me. It's a new month. It's May. Hallelujah. And of course, it also means it is Lexie with Books with Lexie's Readathon. Escape the Readathon. Oh, I can't wait. The theme this year is Black Cat Carnival, and you have all these different rooms to go to. Don't worry, I'll link her announcement video down below so you can click on it, super easy, and she'll give you a much better explanation of everything. But you have different prompts inside each one to earn you tickets, and as you earn the tickets, you can escape those rooms and go on to the next one. And the idea is for you to pick a team. Hello, I am a game jester. Join Game Jesters. And whenever you're doing this, if you guys can escape it and go to the next one, you get more tickets. And the whole premise is to survive this carnival. I think by the time that this will go live, unfortunately, she doesn't have any more bookmarks. But I mean, aren't these just absolutely gorgeous? Oh my gosh, absolutely gorgeous. So if you're doing this readathon, please let me know below that you are and what team you are on. And then I would love to see you on my Friday morning 9 a.m. Eastern time sprints. You are most welcome no matter what team you are. We had a lot of fun with Readathon with Cassidy's channel. I'm positive this one will be just as much fun. So without further ado, let's get started and see what I get for rolls. A new month. I am so excited. So we've got our 6-sided die here. Of course, I'm not going to find the 6th one I want to. But here we go. Let's see how many prompts we get. 2. Yes, I need that. So with 2, we are going to see what our first prompt is. And it is a cookie. And the cookie says, oh, Ryan gets to pick. Oh, he'll be so excited. So I'll take it. 2 rolls sounds like it'll be super simple. Of course, by the time I go down that entire checklist, it ends up being a few more than just 2, right? But that's okay. We'll have a good time, won't we? So for this one, the very first pick was a Ryan pick, which I loved. So I, of course, gave him a slew of options, and he chose A Dawn of Onyx by Kate Golden. This I've heard so much about on Cassidy, Lexie, Mel's, all of their channels. And basically, all I know is it follows Arwen, and I guess she never expected to be brave or important to anybody, but she ends up sacrificing herself for her brother and ends up getting taken by a awful king to an awful kingdom where she can't trust anybody. And that's all I know is this is the very first book in what's supposed to be an epic series, and I am super excited to finally get to it. All right, roll number 2 is a coffee. I love that. All about the caffeine. And the coffee cup says a number in the title. Our second roll got us number in the title. So for this one, I chose a YA I have heard lots about over the years, and I've had since I picked it up at the library book sale, and I haven't gotten to it yet, and that's The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. Now, I know that it's popular. I know it's now a major motion picture. I don't know much else about it. I want to say it's aliens, has something to do with aliens, or maybe something to do with like a virus. I don't know. Like I said, I know nothing about it, but I'm excited to get to it this month. All right, and our apothecary jar has been a lot of fun, so let's hope it continues. Let's grab this one, and it says, It Goes Like This by Neil Moreland. Our apothecary jar gave us It Goes Like This by Neil Moreland. It's over here. I, again, know nothing about this. I have learned over the years I actually tend to enjoy books better if I know very little about the premise. I know I added this to my list because it was highly recommended by a friend of mine, so we'll see. And our our Advent jar picks. I so love these. Let's see, we've got Hemlock Queen by Hannah Whitten. Yes, yes, yes. And also, I get to read All This Twisted Glory by Tahira Mafi. Yes, yes, yes. I love the Advent jar because I get to read those books that I tell you each month are the top 3 I'm most excited to see, and I get to actually finally read them and review them for you. So for this drawing of the Advent jar, we got The Hemlock Queen by Hannah Whitten. So excited to read the sequel to The Foxglove King. I'm hoping I love it as much as I did that one. That one was a 4-star, so let's see and hope for the best. The other one that we drew was This Twisted Glory by Tahira Mafi. I'm excited to continue this series. I loved and adored the first book. I'm hoping I will enjoy this one as much. Apparently, the Advent jar was all about sequels this month. And those gorgeous book box editions that I get, we'll just pick this one. And it is, for this month, If I Have to Be Haunted by Miranda Sun. And of course, I want to read those beautiful book editions. So if they're not 5 stars, they get to go to you in my drawings. For this month, we got If I Have to Be Haunted by Miranda Sun. And it is a gorgeous edition. So we'll see if it goes to you. All I know about this is it follows a girl who can see and talk to ghosts. I mean, that sounds really cool right there. I would have normally saved that for like a Halloween kind of deal, but I drew it this month, so why not? All right, last time we landed on the science fiction space. So let's see. Ooh, 10, a 6 and a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 has me landing on The Haunting, which means it needs to be a scary book. Oh no. So Bookopoly this month gave us a scary square. Why? Why so much scary? Why can't we keep these to October? Anyway, so for this one, I decided to pick up another book that I had bought at my library's book sale that they had, and that was The Silent Corner by Dean Koontz. I'm kind of excited. I think it's going to be a little scary and chilling to me anyway. This follows Jane, and she lives in a city where the number of suicides has just skyrocketed, and so she tries to look into why that's happening and ends up becoming the most wanted fugitive in America. No clue. I am excited. And my number generator is to spin and hopefully break down that list that is just constantly growing faster than I can keep up with it, like we all have for our TBRs. And this time it landed on a GR, which I started adding into there. That's for Goodreads, because my list isn't always just a physical list like this. I have a lot in Goodreads I say I want to read too, and I've not been getting to them. So I thought if I put it on the wheel, it gives me a chance to possibly get to it like I did this month. And so for that, I ended up sorting by highest star rating, because I'm going to be in the middle of this haunted carnival. I need to read through books as fast as I can, and I want them to be good. And so for this one, it did land, though, for the highest star rating on Oathbringer by Brandon Sanderson. This puppy is over 1,300 pages, so it's going to be a chunker, but I'm excited because this is the 3rd one in the Stormlight Archive series, and I have really been enjoying that series a lot, so I'm glad that it got this one. And of course, I'm reading through the Star Wars novels. And next on the list is Tempest Runner by Cavan Scott. I don't know anything about this other than it's nice and short. And I am all about those books that are less than 300 pages so that I can get through them quickly and move on to the next one. So now that sadly the Robin Hobb books are finished, we have to have another series. And one of the series that was actually recommended by you guys, and specifically Sam from Yarn Reader, who I trust in her recommendations since she introduced me to Wolf Song. Love that series. It ended up being 5 stars all around all last year. So for this, I picked up a series that she really enjoyed. And again, several of you did too. And that was Alena, The First Adventure by Tamora Pierce, Song of the Lioness. And so this is the very first book. I'm excited. There's a lot of them in this series. I'm really hoping I enjoy it. It's a short read. It's got a horse on it, so that wins me over right there. And hopefully this will be the rest of the year too. I'm, of course, involved in several book clubs, including my own, the ABC Book Club. You're welcome to join us anytime on Instagram or Discord. I'll have everything linked below for you. We are finishing the trilogy that we started, and now with the third one, we're going to be doing A Vow So Bold and Deadly by Bridget Kimmerer. We are so ready to wrap this up. Book 2 left us hanging, and we are dying to know what happens next. The other book club that I'm in is Liv's. Absolutely love her. I'll link her info below for you too. You need to check her out. Unfortunately, as of this recording, we still haven't voted and gotten a book selected for the month of May. And I need to get this out and I need to get this edited and moving on. So unfortunately, I can't tell you what that book's going to be, but you best believe when I know, I will be reading it and you will see it appear in my Goodreads list. I'm also in the Backlist Book Club with Cassidy, but we're still doing The Girl in the Moon, which I've already finished. And in the Indie Archive, they are doing Spark of the Everflame. So I am so excited to pick this up. The cover is absolutely gorgeous. I get to read it for free on my Kindle. So what more could you possibly want? And I'm excited for that. And then for the read along, like I told you in my review yesterday, I'm actually ahead of the game. We won't be reading the next one, which is Age of War, until June. So this month I'm taking a break on doing that read along. Last but not least of this part of the checklist, I'm also going to be reading some NetGalley books. I'm going to keep requesting them, keep trying to get my percentage up. The one I've requested and do have right away is The Locked Door by Frida McFadden. And if I get another one by the time that I edit this, I will make sure to post it here as well. And these will be the ones I'm going to be focusing on for the month of May. The Reddit Fantasy Bingo board is brand new now, and so I am so excited to get to that and start filling in those squares. I'm going to attempt to read 2 and fulfill 2 squares so that I can actually be done on time next year. I was not done on time for this one, but that's okay because it's all in good fun and it's to get us to read more anyway. So the first square I'm going to try to focus on for this month is going to has a prologue and an epilogue. And for that, I chose Feybound by Sarah L. Arifi. I apologize. I'm terrible with names. I'm excited about this. This is going to follow 2 sisters, one who was born on a battlefield, has only known battle her whole life, and her sister who wants to be a diviner. Unfortunately, something goes wrong and the sisters get exiled from their community and tossed into the woods where they come across the Fae. And that's all I know. That's all I want to know. I am so excited, and that has my interest right there. The other square I'm going to try to fulfill is the judged a book by its cover, and chose it for that. And I have been eyeballing this one on my shelf for a while now, and that's The Book That Wouldn't Burn by Mark Lawrence. I love Mark Lawrence, so I am so excited to finally get to it. I mean, you can't tell me that cover isn't just incredible. I know it has magic. I know it has to do with a library. You've got me right there, so I am excited to get to that this month. And I do want to support the indie authors. And so the one I didn't get to last month, so it's on my list for this month, is The Lesson Never Learned by Rob J. Hayes. I want to continue. I need to find out what's happening to my beloved characters when we left them on a cliffhanger last time along the razor's edge. I promise, I am excited. I do want to read it. It's just timing. I end up running out of time. So wish me luck. And whenever I get these beautiful books and book boxes, I get Bookish items that are based off of books. And so I always keep the little spoiler card when there's a book on there I've not read before, so that I can make sure to add it to this part of my spreadsheet. So for this one, the book I chose was Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. I've heard this all around. I've gotten several Bookish items from it, and I've never read it. So now I have no excuse. And like all of you, I've got way too many series that I haven't finished. So I'm going to actually continue the series this time, not finishing a series, and that is going to be Ambrosia by Crawford. I am so excited to get to this. This is the sequel to Frost. That was one of our book club picks. We all loved it. It's popcorn reading. It's delicious and amazing and fun and feisty. And I am so excited to get this. All right, once again, I was stumped last month and did not enjoy the book. So maybe one of these times I'll at least enjoy the book. But I'd love to get one right. All right, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do a roll again, because you never know. Maybe I'll get a 2, because I'd like a pie. Can I get one pie this year? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll go green on the other side of orange there. Wish me luck. Ooh. And the green says, what writer dedicated her 1994 murder mystery, The Body Farm, to Senator Orrin Hatch of Utah for his tireless fight against crime? Ooh, The Body Farm. Oh, man. 1994 murder mystery. Oh, my goodness. I wonder if it's, I'm trying to think, Agatha Christie's, or could be like Murder, She Wrote chick, or, who's that one girl? Cornwall, maybe? Patricia Cornwall, maybe? Patricia Cornwall! Yay! That means I don't have to read the book. Hallelujah! Hooray! I finally got a question right for Trivial Pursuit. Let's cheer. I thought the day would never come. Of course, it wasn't for a pie, but at least I got it right. So I don't have to read a book for Trivial Pursuit this time. But I'll tell you what, to make up for it, I will draw an extra card for Shrink the Shelf. Okay, and I definitely want to shrink my shelf, so I'm actually going to draw 2. This is a mood read month, so for sure I'm hoping to just have some options, whether I get to all of them or not. And so for this, let's go ahead and draw prompt number 1, a book with a romance. Ooh, woo, I'm going to make a mess. Prompt number 2, a book with multiple POVs. Oh, those are good ones. So the first card we got on that is a romance. And so I chose one that the title itself just absolutely cracked me up. And that's That Time I Got Drunk and Saved a Demon by Kimberly Lemming. I mean, come on. That's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious. I cannot wait to get to this. It's going to be short and simple and sweet, I'm sure. Everybody that's read it has talked about how hilarious it is, that the title is just the icing on the, cake there, so I cannot wait to pick that up. The next card that I drew was for a multiple POV, which of course meant I also had to get a Leigh Bardugo because I did King of Scars. I need to do Rule of Wolves. I need to finish this up, but it's another chunker, so it's kind of going to be a hefty month, I think. I'm adding a read or unhaul to this list here because I've just got some books on my shelves that have been there for years, plural, years. And I'm like, if I haven't gotten to it by now, how am I excited? Am I really about reading it? And if I'm not excited, why am I keeping it when literally thousands of books get published every single week? There's not enough time, plus you have to live your life too, right? So I've decided I'm going to put one on there that's been on my shelf for a long time, and I either read it that month or I go ahead and say goodbye to it and sell it. And then years from now, if I decide to read it, I can check it out from my library. So, plus it puts a little more money in my pocket too. So for this one, I chose one I've really been dragging my heels about, and that's A Fire Endless by Rebecca Ross. This is the sequel to A River Enchanted. I don't know why. I guess because I loved A River Enchanted until the ending, but it makes sense. It wasn't done. It was setting it up for this one. So I don't know. Maybe that's why maybe it's because I don't really love the cover that much. I don't know. Something about it just has made me avoid it like crazy. So now we'll see if I read it finally or if I sell it. So like I mentioned before, I always do my top 3 every month that I'm most excited about coming out. The first one comes out on May the 7th, and that's 5 Broken Blades by Mai Corland. Again, I apologize if I butcher the names. Essentially, 5 of the most dangerous liars are summoned in this land, and they have to band together and work together to take down the King of Gods. Now, this will be the first in a series, so if you're somebody who doesn't want to start and then have to wait a year for the next book, you may not want to pick it up yet, but I'm definitely going to be looking for that. The next one that comes out is on May 21st, and that's One Perfect Couple by Ruth Ware. This will follow Layla and her boyfriend Nico. They're kind of starting to get on the outs a little bit. Well, Nico is an aspiring actor, and all of a sudden, a position comes open to compete on a reality TV show, where they get to be on The Perfect Couple and for season 1. And so Nico applies and they make it, and they get out to a deserted island. Naturally, you know what's going to happen here, especially with a Ruth Ware book. They're going to lose communication with the outside world. They're not going to be able to contact anybody, and things are going to go crazy. And I can't wait to read that. Last but most certainly not least, this one really intrigues me, and I hope it does you as well. It also comes out on May 21st, and that is Murder at the End of the World by Stuart Turton. I've never read anything by this author, but listen to what this is about. I'm not going to read it directly off GoodReads. You can do that yourself. But in summary, it's now the end of the world, and all that exists because of a killer fog having taken out everybody is this one lone island and the 122 villagers and 3 scientists that live on this island that has a kind of security system shield that goes around it to protect it from that killer fog. Well, everything's great. It's absolute bliss on this island, except one day they find one of their beloved scientists completely butchered on the beach. And it gets worse. The killing of this scientist has triggered something in the security system that says they've only got 107 hours to figure out what went wrong, what happened, who murdered them, and fix it before the shield comes down and that fog comes in to kill everybody. But wait, it gets better. The security system, along with starting this countdown, wiped all of their memories of what happened the night before. So literally, there's a murderer among them, and the murderer doesn't even know they're the murderer. So, oh my gosh, I want to check this out so bad. I hope you do too. And then, of course, I am going to be continuing walking the Oregon Trail. I think at this point, I may die before I get to Oregon, but we'll see. The snow's not going to fall just yet. We're just now getting into summertime, so maybe I can pick it up and make it. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a fabulous month of May, and I will see you soon.